बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला रसूलिहिल करीम व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि अजमाइन। Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear students, it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the IU's Department Orientation session for the Spring 2024 semester. On this note, we have the head of the department, respected Dr. Nisar Ahmad Yatu, for Department of Islamic Banking and Finance and Economics with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Dr. Nisar.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, please, Dr. Nisar, you may begin, sir.
Okay. Jazakallah khair, brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalatu wassalamu ala rasulil kareem wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. I welcome you all in this session. So this is our first session in the spring 2024. I welcome you on behalf of IOU and on behalf of the Department of Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. I hope you will bring good to this semester, inshallah. So when we see this orientation session, it is actually a session which is especially for the students to make them to go through the main aspects, main activities, what we have in the department, and what are the programs we have, and if there are any actually questions, queries, so those will be actually received in the end of the session, inshallah. So to begin with this, we will come to the agenda of this session. So the agenda of this session is we will be first discussing about the department, what Department of Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance is, and what are the programs offered in it, and what are the actually the involvement of human resource, faculty and other staff, what we have for the service of students in the department. And second main point is the mode of study, in which we will be discussing about how we learn at virtual campus, and we will discuss about the dashboard, all right, so which you must have actually seen when you log into your accounts. And we have the forums for the communication between the teachers and students, between among the students, or we can say between the students and the technical staff. So I will actually explain about the different forums. And the last point, we will come to the assessment and examination. So how we make assessment at IOU. So when we look into the first point, that is the programs offered. So at present, we have actually two types of programs in the university. One is the non-accredited programs, which were actually launched before. And during the recent years, we have received the accreditation of our programs, so under which we have some programs. So when we look into this at present, the programs offered by the department, we have the certificate in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. We have associate degree in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance, and we have bachelor's of science in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. So you must have gone through the information given on the website, and we have our prospects available on our website. So you must have gone through that. So if you want to go into detail about the different programs, right, so you can go through the prospects on the website. So when we look into these three programs, certificate degree, associate degree, and bachelor's degree, so these are actually interlinked programs. So our bachelor's of science in Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance, it is actually a 4 years program, 8 semesters program, and it uh, has actually 37 academic courses in it. So when you enroll in our bachelor's program, so you, if you complete the first 2 semesters, means the 12 academic courses, so you will be receiving the certificate in Islamic banking and finance if you exit from the program. And if you complete 2 more semesters, means 2 years, so you are completing a total of 24 academic courses. So you will be receiving actually this the associate degree in Islamic bank and finance. And when you complete all the 4 years, right, so you will be receiving the bachelor's, this BSc in Islamic economics, banking and finance. So this is how it is linked. And when we look into this, these programs, it is a blend of economics, finance, banking, and Islamic principles or Islamic rules on Islamic banking and finance. So when we look into these three programs, so we can see the conventional economics, and our actually main mission at IOU is the Islamization of the education. So we teach subjects in Islamic perspective. The same happens in the Department of Islamic Economics, Banking and Finance. So we first teach the conventional concepts, conventional aspects of finance, banking, accounting, economics, and then we give the Islamic perspective. And at the third level, we give actually the solution, Islamic solution to the problems in the conventional finance. So we have 3 levels. One is the study of the subject in conventional way. When we study, when we get through the concepts of conventional economics, banking and finance, then we come to the Islamic perspective of the same. When we go through the Islamic perspective and we identify what are the problems as per the Sharia in these subjects, in these areas, right? Then we give the Islamic alternatives, or what we call as Sharia economics, Sharia banking, or Sharia finance, right? So this is actually how the teaching at in the department goes. So it is, there is three-level teaching. One is conventional subject, second is the Islamic perspective of the conventional subject, and third is we give the Islamic alternative to the conventional, to the problems in the conventional subjects. So I hope this is clear. So you can go through the prospects which is available on the website, or you can go through all other details about the programs, right, on the website. And if you have any questions, any queries, so you can reach me anytime. So I will be sharing by end of this session my contact details, email ID, right? So you will be you can get into touch. We can get in touch with me for any questions, any queries you have in future. So after these programs, so we have actually the faculty and staff to deal with these programs. So when we look into the faculty, we have two-tier faculty at in the department. One is the one category is the course developers or the instructors. So their job is to develop a particular module. So whether it is on finance, economics, banking. So we identify the relevant teachers to develop these courses, and we call them as instructors. And they record the lectures based on the syllabus, actually, what we have for each and every module. And all the lectures we keep available on the dashboard. And when you enroll in a particular course, so you will come through the lectures available on the dashboard. So that is actually what the instructors or course developers do. So they will give you the study material for the course. They will provide you the video lectures, audio lectures on the same, right? So this is actually to this level our course developers and instructors go in the department. And apart from those course developers and instructors, we have regular faculty. So who will be actually available to you for any questions, any queries, and they reply to your questions, queries, whatever you have in 24 hours. Right. So we have the different modes of communications. So that I will be explaining. So this is the second type of actually the faculty we have. So first is the instructors, and second is the regular faculty, and third is we have some additional support staff, what we call as course coordinators, or we call them as VLE, because they facilitate our virtual learning environment. So that is why we call them as VLE staff, right? So they will be actually giving you the so they will be handling your these issues on the technical side. So you may find some technical issue in assessing the particular course, or you may find some errors right on the dashboard. So you can reach to that stuff, that is the course coordinators or VLE. So these are the three actually main uh, types of stuff, so which will be dealing with the student during a semester, right? So the two sorry, the instructors and the course developers, they do not actually, they are not in direct touch with you. They just develop the courses, they record the courses on the backside. And the regular faculty and the VLE, they are actually in direct contact with you through their respective platforms, forums on the dashboard. And when we look into the virtual campus, so I have taken a screenshot of the virtual campus, the dashboard on the IOU website, right? So when you log into with your respective ID, and you will come with a dashboard like this. So there will be the list of courses on one side displayed in which you will be enrolled, and there are other options like you may have some issues with, for example, fees, examinations, student support, right? So every option is there. Whenever you click, every actually option is clickable. You will get the information, right? So whatever you need, and you have also on the right corner, you can see here, right down the corner, so that there is a chat option, so in which you can put your issues, queries, and our team will reach to you with all your questions and queries on the same. So this is actually a visit to the dashboard. And after this, we have the forums. So these are the main forums what I have discussed here. So because this is actually a virtual campus, so we are doing everything online. So we actually feel to communicate with people around us. So for example, if we see in a physical campus, you have teachers around, you have students around, all right, and you have other support staff around. So when you have some questions, some queries, you may reach to your teacher, you may reach to your fellow students, right, for the discussion on the same, or you may have some technical issues which you need to discuss with your this support staff, right? So for that, we have the different forums on the dashboard. So when you log into the dashboard, you can see the different forums. So first forum, you will see the announcements. It is actually only for the teacher and other staff of IOU. So who have to announce the time to time actually instructions to the students. For example, in the beginning of this semester, we have posted a welcome message to the students, right? So that is through this announcement forum. So tomorrow we may have to actually this uh, we may have to actually announce about some live session with the students, so that will be announced through this forum by the teacher, right? So every notification like things will come through this forum, that is the announcement forum. And second to this is the student discussion forum. So in this forum, students can discuss with themselves about the various academic aspects. So actually, we students are not encouraged to discuss the personal things here, right? It is only for the discussion about the subject. right? Subject related things we have to discuss here. And third forum is the technical feedback forum. If you if you face any problem when you assess uh, to your courses on the dashboard, you may reach through this forum to the respective staff to address the technical this address your issues. And one important forum here is the ask the teacher forum. So whatever questions, whatever queries you have when you study in the virtual campus, actually we have planned to study 2 lectures in a week for each module in which you are enrolled. And while studying, while going through lectures, the questions may arise in your mind. So you may feel to ask the question to the respective teacher, right? So you can put your question in this ask teacher forum, and your teacher will reply in 24 hours to 48 hours, right? At maximum, right? It depends upon if the holiday may be in between, right? So ask a teacher forum is the best way to communicate with the teachers. So we see students communicate with the teachers through email, through phone, WhatsApp, etc., right? So, but best way to communicate with the teacher is the ask teacher forum, because it is actually ask teacher forum. It is actually uh, obligation of a teacher to check forum daily and answer to the questions and queries. Sometimes your message may get missed in the email of the teacher because there are so many emails may come into the email, or your teacher may not be able to attend your call on time, right? So the best way to communicate with the teachers is the ask teacher forum. So I encourage every student here to utilize at maximum this forum, right? So you should not actually reach to your teacher through email or through the WhatsApp, etc., unless it is actually informed by the teacher, right? So unless you have some meeting on urgent discussion on some matter, right? So the normal way of asking the question is through the ask teacher forum. So when you ask the questions in the ask teacher forum, right? So you should maintain all the etiquettes, right, of asking the questions, right? So you should be patient to wait to the reply of the teachers, because there are hundreds of students who are on the dashboard who will be actually posting questions to the teachers, right? So it may take sometimes time to get the reply. So you have to be patient. In addition to these forums, we have one more thing, that is the reporting the errors. So it is actually related to the question. So I'm putting it here because when we see, for example, we have to put when we go through the examinations, we find some multiple choice questions were there, and you may find some multiple choice question is not right. When you are confident that it's not right, then you are supposed to report it as MCQ error. But what we have seen, some students uh, report each and every question they get wrong, right, as MCQ error, right? So that is not the way. So if you have any doubt about some concept, that is the right best way to is to ask the question in the ask the teacher forum. So please reserve this MCQ error reporting portal for reporting the errors only. All right. So this is actually related to the forums. After the forums, we have the assessment, right? So when you study at IOU, actually you have dashboard study, you have the virtual campus. So you study actually uh, by way of the video lectures, what we have discussed already, right? So which are developed by the course instructors. Plus, there are some live sessions time to time before the exams, midterm exam, before the final exam, right? And there are actually the forums in which you will be asking the regular questions. Plus, there is study material which is available on the course page. So there are books, there are lecture notes on each and every lecture. There are supplementary sessions. So when you go through all these with the plan of given on the dashboard, right? So what we see, some students they rush on a single day with to all the lectures available on the dashboard, right? So that is not a way. So you have to manage 2 lectures a week, right? Means in 7 weeks, you will be completing the first 50 lectures, then there will be midterm examination. And after 7 weeks, after the midterm examinations, so you will be completing the remaining 50 lectures, and after that, there will be the final exams. So, but when we talk about this, the BSc in Islamic economics, right? So we have total of 30 lectures. So you have to study, and on the basis of that, you have 2 exams. One is the midterm exam, and second is the final exam, right? So before that, actually, we have a continuous assessment. So after every lecture, you will find a test, MCQ test of 5 questions. So you have to attempt, plus you have an assignment, right? So the details of which will come very soon by end of this month on the website. So you will receive the assignment questions, assignment guidelines, right? And there are midterm examinations, which is based on what we see the multiple choice questions and the open-ended questions, right? And final exam is also multiple choice questions and open-ended questions, and you have to register to the some these exam centers, right, for the same, and you have to write. So these are actually the uh, um, so these are the actually the main activities which we have at IOU, and you will be going through as a student, right? So when we look, one of the important thing is that the scope of learning Islamic finance. So we have a recent issue of Insights magazine on the website, right? 14th issue, so which has been specialized. So it was actually specially published for this Islamic economics, bank and finance at IOU. So I have given all the details. So the future of ethical finance. So why you should learn at Islamic finance at IOU, and what are actually the benefits of learning Islamic finance at IOU, and what scope is with these programs, right? So I hope these are some major highlights about the program, about the department we have. All right. So if anything is left, you can ask the question. So I will keep the session open for 10-15 minutes for questions if you have. Any questions you have?
Dr. Nisar, so far no questions have been posted, but I will share as soon as we receive any questions.
So it is Azan is going on background, right? I hope yes. Any questions? If there, so please post the questions.
Seems like no questions, Dr. Nisar. So we'll wait for another couple of minutes, and otherwise we'll finish the session then.
So how many students were there live?
All right, Dr. Nisar, Jazakallah khairan, to you and my brothers and sisters, all students, for attending the session. May Allah bless you with beneficial knowledge and success in both worlds. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Jazakallah khair.